Alright guys, we're going to have a look at this little drawing here of a kind of strange mirror. Now when I go through this, first thing I'm going to do is draw those two little red center lines here. Okay, because it makes things much easier to line up than if I try and put them in afterwards. We can then see that these four guys are all done on 45-degree lines. So I'll throw them in. Now if I want to draw any of these circles, I need the center and I need the radius. And we can see that, for instance, these guys, it's on a 45-degree line. It's this far away, which is going to be, if we come around to here, that's 55 and that's 75, so 20 mil away. So you can see they're all radius 20. And I have the center, and off I draw it. So then a lot of the rest of the drawing is just figuring out what's actually the final circle and what's not. Alright, so let's get in and draw it. So, like I said, nice big center lines. These are construction lines for you. As always, they're dark constructions for me, so you can see them. I'm just going to readjust slightly so we can get that in the center. Now, my center circle at 55 radius is going to be heavy. Now remember, we're always got to be careful we're not mixing up radiuses and diameters. So there we go. That's 55 radius. Okay. Now, make sure we're holding a compass just like this. And we can go over it one or two times as needed to bring it up darker. So that one can be nice and dark. Now the next one is going to be 65. So let's just extend that out. Okay. And this one I'm going to leave light for the moment because there's gaps around there where the ones at 45 come. Okay, so we're just going to check our exposure. Here we are. Now, and of course we're going to do another one at 75. So we come. There we go. So those are three little constructions. Now let's start figuring out what we can do with our 20 mil ones. Now, just as a small little tip, I'm actually going to measure the 20 off the drawing here. It just means in case that happens to be 21 or whatever, it's going to line up really nice and neatly now. So I can do this top one, alright, and I can see that comes from here all the way around. And that's going to be heavy from there all the way around to there. Now my compass actually slipped slightly while I was doing this, so we'll just double check it before we go and draw the next one. Give it a little tap. Okay, that's why I got that double line. So we'll see can we avoid those going forwards. Now let's go and get our 45-degree lines in. Here we go. And there we go. Okay, so this is going to be my center here. It's actually going to be my center on the 75-degree line out here. These guys are a little bit further out. And of course I should just touch that nicely. So now we can pop that in as construction, but we can actually see, if we look at the drawing, where is it going to be heavy? Well, it's going to be from there all the way around until it gets to the 65 line. So let's see, can we do this? Take a little time to get the first one right, and then the rest of them are going to be symmetrical to it. Okay, so it's just, and we want to keep that sitting in its little hole. There we go. That's what this finger here is, just holding the compass steady. Now it's my thumb, of course, stops it jumping out. Okay, so it's construction line from there to there, and then it's heavy. All right. Now, because I'm not going to go do the inside of this one because my compass is set to 20. So I'm actually going to go and do the exact same on all the other ones. So this one down here, and I can see from the book that this bit is the gap. So we'll come from there. You can go at it, forwards or backwards, whichever makes sense to you. Whichever is easier for your hand to do. There we go. So we've got this one, the same over here. So this is the missing bit. Now that actually slid on me, so this is one to watch. When you put the compass down, do try and actually get it into the board. Okay, mine slid along the paper there, and that's why I had that small little gap there. There we go. around like that. Okay, so now I have all of these guys figured out. So at this point, I'm actually going to go back now and get the 65 circle. There it is there. And I can do all the bits on that heavy that need to be. This guy goes right around to the middle here. Yep. So from the center there, around to the edge. Okay, from the center of this guy. Okay, and again, center of this one. And all we got left now is these little circles. And again, I'm going to measure them on the page. Okay, that way they look nice and neat and they're figured out. And these are all just heavy circles. Of course, they're the smallest and they're the hardest to do nice and neatly. And again, you can see my compass had a little bit of a walk there. Well, that's terrible. You're definitely going to do better than that. Check your compass is nice and sharp. Let's have another go at this one, see can we get this in properly. And sometimes what you find is that there's other holes in the board and you've come in just beside an existing hole and it's hard to sit it down. There we go. Oh. Okay, and again, I'm going to use my index finger to stabilize this, or my thumb, depending which way I'm going. Okay, out to here. There we are. Ah, nice fiddly little drawing. Really good practice with your compass. Okay, off you go. Have fun.